Alright boys, this video is dedicated to my starter players watching my videos. But if you're a pro player and max level, don't worry. You don't need to click off this video because you might learn a thing or two. Or you might be guilty of these things I'm about to tell you, just like I was when I first started playing Blox Fruits. So as the title says, we're gonna be teaching you guys things you should avoid doing in every single seed. And I'm gonna teach you the proper way to do things to get the most potential out of your gameplay and leveling up and grinding. So with that being said, boys, the first most important thing you should do when you first start playing Blox Fruits, and I can't believe I have to say this, I was a noob and I missed out on this when I first started. There is a bunch of free double XP codes Blox Fruits just has out randomly on the internet. If you don't know all the codes, don't worry. Some may work and some may not work, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw a bunch on the screen. Go ahead and test these boys out, and it should give you about 20 minutes of double XP per code. So after you just unpause the video, let's talk about the new thing you should do. This one is optional, but I highly recommend it. I can't believe I was guilty of this, but the first fruit I actually started using in Blox Fruits to grind was the light fruit. This bad boy here is not bad for grinding at all, but if there was one fruit I could tell you to get, I would have to say get the Buddha fruit. If you have Robux to spend, I would highly recommend it. You're gonna have the easiest time grinding this bad boy right here. And of course, if you were like me and you didn't start off with Robux because you're not rich, don't worry, I got you too. We're gonna go ahead and go to the next island. After you beat the first island, you're gonna be heading over to the jungle island, which is right over here. Once you hit level 50, go ahead and use your rolls to get some fruits from this guy. If you get the Buddha fruit, go ahead and eat it. Any other fruits you get, you should go ahead and store in your inventory. Those will come in clutch later in the second sea. Once you get to the second sea, you will be able to trade, and we'll talk about that more once we get to the second sea. Now, the next mistake a lot of you have probably done, just like I have, is not use all three fighting styles here in the first sea. Your objective here in the first sea is to use and abuse those fighting styles to get them at least mastery 300, because you're gonna need that for the second sea. If you don't know what fighting styles or where they are, let me show you. We're gonna go ahead and teleport to the first one over at Pirate Village. You're gonna arrive to this island, then you're gonna take a nice left over here, and in between these walls right here, there's a secret door. You're gonna go inside and talk to the Dark Step teacher, and then he will tell you to buy his fighting style and stuff like that, and you're gonna use it. The next fighting style is over at Sky Island, so we're gonna go ahead and teleport to Sky. You're definitely not gonna start up here. You're gonna drive a boat, and you're gonna be all the way down here. But right behind the area you arrive, there should be little rocks back here, and you will find a secret hidden NPC. He's right under me down here. He will teach you the electric fighting style if you go ahead and talk to him. Obviously, I already have that mastered, so I'm not gonna switch to it. Last but not least, we need to go to the underwater city. The underwater city is like this area right here that has, like, you know, the water that takes you underwater, right? I did not know how to explain that, but you get the point. We're gonna go ahead and take a sharp right over here, and there's gonna be a secret NPC hidden in a wall. He's all the way back here, and you're gonna see this little weird purple color. You're gonna go to the left of it, and there he is. That's where you learn water kung fu. So those are the three fighting styles you should use and abuse here in the first sea, because like I said, you're gonna need it in the second sea and eventually the third. My poor mistake was using the light fruit the whole time and not mastering up any fighting styles. This next one is kind of a bonus, but if you have friends, then you should definitely play Blox Fruits with them. Especially if they're a higher level than you, you can have them help you with this special quest. It is actually the last island you go to here in the first sea, but you want to go here and defeat this boss. The boss right down there named Cyborg. You see the glasses on his face? Those are the best accessories you could get here in the first sea. And if you could get them super early by having a friend help you kill this boss, then you'll be lucky enough to have a easier grinding experience. And if you don't have any friends, well, let me just start off saying I'm sorry. Go outside, go touch grass, and go make friends. Or don't do any of that. I'm not your mom and dad. I can't tell you what to do. But what I will tell you to do is go to the Marine Fortress if you don't have any of those other options, and go over here to this little secret podium. This tower right over here, as soon as you enter the island, it's the one all the way to the right. You're gonna go ahead and go in this little secret area, and you can get an accessory here that's almost just as good. It's called the Black Cape, I believe, or the Dark Cape. Let's go ahead and see what it's called. It's called the Black Cape, and you can get it for 50,000. That's a really good starter accessory. So don't forget to get the cool accessories here in the first sea. There's one over here, another cool one over at Volcano. Volcano's this area right here, and you're gonna go all the way to the left side of the volcano, walk into the wall somewhere over here until you discover the secret entrance. I'm just bumping my head. There you go. It's right over here. You can get the soul cane from this living skeleton, and if you go back to Sky, you could get a secret accessory. All you want to do is go up to the second island from the floor, and there's gonna be a secret hidden NPC right over here. He gives you the Tomo ring, and there is also quite a few more accessories that are hidden around the map, but I'm pretty sure you guys already know all this stuff. You guys are pros, right? Now I think it's about time we go talk about the second sea. Here in the second sea, you guys will have a lot more freedom than just the first sea. You finally unlock something super overpowered called trading. Remember I told you to store those fruits earlier from the first sea? If you've been rolling a lot of fruits like I told you to, chances are you might have gotten lucky and gotten a legendary or mythical fruit, which could possibly possibly be worth more than Buddha. So with that being said, you're not max level here in the second sea. You could go ahead and trade your legendary mythical fruits to try to get a Buddha from another player. And if you're really unlucky like I am and never get any good fruits, don't worry. The rolling guy is back here. Mr. Ziolas will hopefully give you a better fruit here in the second sea. But another really big mistake that I am super guilty of, I don't know if a lot of you guys are guilty of this one, but that is not getting every race to V3 before you go to the third sea. As you guys may know, there is 6 races in the game. You could go ahead and re-roll races in the shop here. You could get human, shark, angel, and rabbit. And getting them V3 here in the second sea is very, very easy, which is why I highly recommend doing it before you even think about going to the third sea. But let's just say for another example, you're not made of Robux like I am. I'm not rich, so spinning races trying to get all 4 is pretty expensive. 90 Robux, that could easily be well over 400 Robux. Of course, if you consider re-rolling on the same race twice, which has happened to me, you know, I got that Numberskull luck. It doesn't work out for me a lot. So with that being said, you do have other options. If you go over and talk to this guy over here, he will charge you 3,000 fragments to random re-roll your race, which is a lot of fragments, but you gotta keep in mind, you could get fragments for free, which brings me to my next point. While you're here, if you have some max level buddies or really, really high level buddies, go ahead and do some awakenings with them. It will give you free fragments and party up with random strangers if you have to. Go ahead and go over to this area right here, hot and cold. You're gonna go inside this laboratory and you have to put in a secret code on these screens right here to unlock a secret door right here. If you don't know what the code is, it's red, blue, green, blue. So let's go ahead and do red, green, and then blue again. And after that, the code should open up the door, and there you go. You have the secret door open, and now you can start up raids. And of course, you could go ahead and collect some free money from these chests up here. Even if you don't start up a raid, that's a lot of money for the second sea. But speaking of farming money, there's also secret spots in this sea that give you more money by hiding the secret chest. So if we go back to the cafe over here, you could go ahead and get these chests that always spawn in, and there is a haunted chest on me. If you guys kill these chests, you guys are lucky enough to get a fruit. So let me just beat these guys up real quick. After we have clapped them, we go ahead and collect this chest. Over here, there's another secret chest that you will need to actually get more of, because if you unlock Rabbit Race V3, you're gonna need to do it for a special quest. So we're gonna go ahead and go past this little bridge area. There's a secret wall here that you can't really see, but you could break it open and get some nice gold chests, which give you a lot of money, and they respawn very, very fast. Another pro tip is you can hop servers very, very fast, and they will automatically be there, so you don't have to wait for them to respawn. That's like an infinite money glitch, boys. But while you're here in the second sea, there are some things you must do before you get to the third, and that is mastering the other fighting styles. Once you get to the second sea, you unlock 4 different fighting styles. Starting off with the first one, it's called Dragon's Breath, and it's actually right over here, I believe. Yep, you just go ahead and talk to this guy right here, and he should give you the Dragon Breath fighting style. After you master that one, you want to go over to the Winter Castle. Go all the way over here, and you could unlock a couple things here that are very, very important. First of all, you need to unlock the Rengoku sword by defeating the boss that's normally here, and then go to this secret room. He should drop a key, and there will be a secret chest on the floor here, which gives you the Rengoku sword. And if you were lucky enough to get both keys, this door right here will be locked, but you could use the key to unlock it and get another fighting style called Death Step. After you've done all that, you want to go to the Skull Island, go all the way over here to the right side, and you're going to meet a guy over here who's going to teach you Sharkman Karate. You want to get all those fighting styles to Mastery 300, because then you get to unlock one of the most overpowered fighting styles that you can get this early in the game, and that is Superhuman. But it is also very secret and hidden. But don't worry, I'm here to show you where it's at. You're going to go ahead and teleport to Snow over here, and if you don't have Portal Fruit, you will find it right next to the green zone. It's the island to the right, and you're going to go all the way over here, drop down, and there will be a secret entryway where you see grass. There's a secret cave over here, and there's going to be Superhuman fighting style right down here, the Martial Arts Master, and you will unlock all the fighting styles you need for the second sea. But before we go to the third one more time, there is one last sword you have to unlock, and that is these 3 bad boys right here. These are the true triple katanas. You must get these. Unfortunately though, it is based on completely luck and random timing, so good luck getting these swords. I wish you the best. It took me like 3 to 4 days to get these, but once you gotten them, go ahead and get ready to go to the third sea, because I think you're definitely ready by then. If you've made it this far, congratulations, because now you're in the layer of sweats. These are where all the sweaty players come to live and thrive. I know I've definitely missed out on a lot of things in the first and the second sea, but I'm teaching you guys the most important things that I know of off the top of my head. Here in the third sea, there is so much I cannot just cover, but I will tell you the most important things that I believe you must have here if you want to be at least staying alive longer than 5 seconds when people come and try to bounty hunt you. And that is obtaining one of the most overpowered swords in the game, such as the Cursed Dual Katanas. There is a whole quest line on how to even get these swords. I've done a whole separate video on that. Go ahead and check it out after this video is over if you don't know how to get these swords yet. But before However, after you've unlocked these swords, you want to go ahead and go over to the haunted castle as your next objective and unlock this bad boy right here. This is the soul guitar. To unlock the soul guitar, it is painfully long. You have to do a really hard grind, do a whole puzzle and stuff like that. I've dropped a whole video on this one, boys. Go ahead and check it out, but you're going to be talking to this machine right over here. Oh yeah, and don't worry, the fighting style grind does not stop here in the third sea. You still have a few more fighting styles to unlock, and you will be unlocking the best fighting style in my opinion. I know Sanguine Art just came out, and I know it's pretty good, but to be honest, I still believe God Human is on top. And to unlock God Human, you want to get every other fighting style to mastery 400. Now that you've unlocked Superhuman, everything you needed was 300. Now you got to bump it up to 400. I know it sucks, but once you do it, you will thank me later. You want to go ahead and go to the floating turtle island and go all the way over here where you unlock Electric Claw, which is also a really good fighting style. A lot of sweaty people use that fighting style as well. If you're too lazy to unlock God Human, don't worry. This one could definitely substitute it. This guy right over here, you do his stuff and you will unlock it. Next up comes from my favorite admin. His name is Uzoth. We're gonna go ahead and go back to the haunted castle and actually go all the way up here. It's super far up there, but you're gonna go ahead and fly up these chains and you're gonna see a secret NPC hidden up here. His name is Uzoth. Talk to him and you will be getting the Dragon Talon fighting style, but of course there's a whole nother quest for that. And after you've done those two fighting styles, you should be able to unlock God Human finally. Now let's talk about the update stuff. As you guys may know, update 20 happened, and that mainly focused here on the third sea. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, basically I want you to unlock this shark anchor. This right here is tied with the cursed dual katanas in strength. This thing is insane, boys. Although it is one of the most hardest things to grind. I think this was harder to grind than cursed dual katanas, and the same thing could be said for the Sanguine Art fighting style. But speaking of the Sanguine Art fighting style, I have it right here. To be honest though, I would rather grind for God Human. It is really nice and cool, but I still support God Human. If you didn't finish your awakenings in the second sea, go ahead and finish him up in the third sea. And of course, you see this pale scarf around my neck? Definitely go fight the Doe King and the Doe Prince to unlock these important accessories. I can't express enough. These accessories here in the third sea make you so much stronger. And after you've done all that, there's one more important thing you have to do, and that is upgrade your races that I told you to get V3 in the second sea. You got to get them upgraded to V4 now here in the third sea. That was such a tongue twister to say. Oh my gosh. And if you think you're completely done with everything, don't worry. You're not even close to being done. Blox Fruits make sure you play this game for like the next 20 years. You're not going to be touching grass once you start this game. Trust me. If you're already max level and did everything I told you to do basically, and you're already a pro, you have all your fruits to mastery 600, all your fighting styles and all that fun stuff. Because if you don't worry. Let me show you two bosses that I grind to get the most mastery out of my time. The first boss is our best friend. We're going to go ahead and go to Turtle Entrance and go all the way over here. His name is Mr. Ligma. You guys know this guy. Everybody loves him. And if you don't have this guy unlocked yet, which is really weird if you don't have him unlocked, if you have everything done, you should definitely have this open. But like I said, the next boss after that would be the Cake Queen, aka Rectway is Sugar Mama. So we're going to go over here and we'll be clapping her cheeks to gain some fast mastery. If you have all of that done, what are you waiting for? Are you 30 million bounty yet? If you aren't, that's the last thing you should do. But with that being said, I think that concludes this video of all the things that I've covered so far. I know I'm probably missing some things here and there, but I can't include it all in one video. Oh yeah, and don't forget to click on one of these videos on screen. YouTube says you might enjoy it. So with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.